Here, but here, but here. In here. About to have a heat stroke. Oh, that's better. It's a little warm. Psalms 19 is where we're going to start today. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the firmament shows his handiwork. Day unto day utters speech, and night unto night shows knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. Their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them hath he set a tabernacle for the sun, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, and rejoices as a strong man to run a race. His going forth is from the end of the heaven, and his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. The fear of the Lord is clean, enduring forever, and the judgment of the Lord are true and righteous together. More to be desired are they than gold, yea, than much fine gold, sweeter also than honey and the honeycomb. Moreover, by them is thy servant warned, and in keeping of them there is great reward. Who can understand his errors? Cleanse thou me from my secret faults. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Let the word of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my Redeemer. Verse 13 again. Keep back thy servant also from presumptuous sins. Let them not have dominion over me. Then shall I be upright, and I shall be innocent from the great transgression. Maybe the great tribulation. 7 years. There's people that think the 7 years, 3.5 of it's going to be a walk in the park. And I'm sorry, but those people are ignorant. Jesus' wrath is poured out almost dang near immediately. We go home in Revelations chapter 4. I believe also could be representative of Revelations chapter 12. But in Revelation 6, starting in verse 15, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sits on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, who shall be able to stand? Could this great transgression spoken of in Psalms 19:13 be speaking of the great tribulation? Could be. Psalms 20 now. The Lord hear thee in the day of trouble. The name of the God of Jacob defend thee. 7 years of tribulation, what's it known as? The time of Jacob's trouble. Psalms 20 is an interesting start. The Lord hear thee in the day of trouble. The name of the God of Jacob defend thee. Interesting. Send thee help from the sanctuary and strengthen thee out of Zion. Remember all thy offerings and accept thy burnt sacrifice, Selah. Grant thee according to thy own heart and fulfill all thy counsel. We will rejoice in thy salvation, and in the name of our God we will set up our banners. The Lord fulfill all thy petitions. Now know I that the Lord save his anointed. He will hear from the holy heaven with the saving strength of his right hand. Some trust in chariots, some in horses. But we will remember the name of the Lord our God. They are brought down and fallen, but we are risen and stand upright. Save, Lord. Let the King hear us when we call. Also, very interesting. We know right now Israel is blind. They are brought down and they're fallen. But we are risen and stand upright. This is interesting. This is very interesting. Psalms 21. The king shall joy in the strength, O Lord, and in thy salvation how greatly shall he rejoice. Thou hast given him his heart's desire, and hast not withholden the request of his lips, Selah. For thou preventest him with the blessings of goodness. Thou set a crown of pure gold on his head. He asked life of thee, and thou gavest him, even length of days forever and ever. His glory is great in thy salvation. Honor and majesty hast thou laid up upon him. For thou hast made him most blessed forever. Thou hast made him exceedingly glad with thy countenance. For the king trusted in the Lord, and through the mercy of the Most High he shall not be moved. Thy hand shall find out all thy enemies, thy right hand shall find out all those that hate thee. Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thy anger. The Lord shall swallow them up in his wrath, tribulation, and the fire shall devour them. Their fruit shalt thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. For they intended evil against thee. They imagined a mischievous device. Mischievous device, which they are not able to perform. Therefore shalt thou make them turn their back, when thou shalt make ready thine arrows upon thy strings against the face of them. Be thou exalted, Lord, in thy own strength. So will we sing and praise thy power. I ain't reading Psalms 22. You ain't ready for that today. You want to read it, go for it. I'm not crying this morning. Nope.